why not to try? We all need therapy. Let me scrap that. We all benefit from therapy. I have received therapy for the last 6 years and for the last 8 months consecutively weekly. This is the year, your year to put yourself first. That means money and time spent in therapy. I'm going to give you 3 reasons on why therapy is good for you. Hi, I'm Lucia Palme. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time. I have done therapy. I don't know about you, but to me feels that therapy is being spoken everywhere. At work, in my personal life, at events that I go, in videos that I watch on YouTube, seems like people are opening up, even on LinkedIn. They embed it as part of their life, as part of their story, and they let us watch that or know about it. Therapy is a conversation with a person that has the tools and the techniques to help you get somebody unstuck from the moment that they are in. Yes, there are many types of therapy. This is not for this video. Would you like me to talk about them? Leave a comment below. During the majority of my life, I was a stranger to therapy. I thought, that's for crazy people. I'm not one of them. I left home originally Gran Canaria to go to Rome for exchange program. There I passed my 6 months enjoying life, really being curious about what Europe was. Fast forward, I went to Germany to do an internship. There I discovered therapy. I arrived during January, so really getting ready for their carnival. I arrived to Düsseldorf, they're quite famous about it. But everybody was telling me they are not fun. Germans are not fun. Unfortunately for them, they were wrong. And they were very fun during Carnival. After that, it hit me hard. Loneliness was racing. I lived by myself in a studio, and those were the times. I spent countless hours on my own. In the studio, walking on the streets, looking at the weather. I became curious about what was happening to me psychologically talking. I went on the internet, I researched about behavior, what I was feeling, why I was feeling it, looking at people, usually doctors, that they were talking about feeling lonely, loneliness, therapy, personal growth. I came across mental health and people that were talking about mental health. That was the first time that I heard the term. I didn't really go for it more than what is this, that's interesting. I didn't continue in reality because I thought this is for that crazy people. Therefore, doctors are talking about it. Next stop in my life was living in London. I arrived to a house where the crazy people were there. People that were going to therapy or have been in therapy. Oh my God, I learned a lot from them. I was talking to them and I couldn't believe it. I made quite a lot of life connections, conversations about mental health. I got more and more into it. On swings, it was really in the workspace where I was encountering really good environments where mental health was being spoken about. And later on, I was one of them, going to the NHS, which is the National Health System here in the UK, and asking for therapy. What reasons drove me to therapy? What reasons do I believe therapy is good for you? There are 3. Others benefit from therapy. I got jealous. I met my flatmates. Some of them were going to therapy. They were telling me their stories. They went to therapy afraid, not believing, but they understood things about their life, about their behavior, about their past, and really how that is interfering in the current present. They were finally able to understand why they were feeling the feelings and reacting in such a way. This sounds easy, but takes a lot of time, bribery, and commitment. They found a therapist. They match with them, they share, and they end up oversharing. There was a good match between the therapist and them that enable this unlock. They show feelings. They cry, they laugh, I didn't believe it, but I definitely kept listening to them. Others felt heard. We count on friends to be heard, or on family. When I talk to friends, I feel like I hear their story, and maybe their story will take over because it's quite similar. They want to help, they are humans, and they really want to relate to our stories. What I also feel is that I end up not talking about my story, not discussing it, more listening to their story. Attending to therapy is another story. The first rule is that the therapist listens. Then we go to the therapist ask questions and allow for a space and time for me to reply to their questions. I'm a talkative person and I found this interaction different. The therapist will not react. Physically, the person will keep warm and with an active listening attitude, even keeping neutral. Verbally, the person will ask me questions, will hold the space for me to feel comfortable, will clarify, will rephrase what I was saying and even shorten it, and read it back to me. I learned there what feelings being heard and actions being heard look like. If I feel it, you will feel it too. Others went without anything to talk about. We all have stories. It's pretty common to believe that you don't have anything to talk about, or I don't have anything to talk about. All stories need to be told and heard. Valid point. Why should I go? Why should I really spend time and money on it, and commitment and bravery? What if I tell you that once you are in the session, topics will flow naturally to you? What if I tell you that the therapist will be able to guide you through those thoughts and you both will make decisions about what topics you want to talk about based on your own priority on them? Most therapists offer intro calls or chemistry calls. They usually are free. Why don't you give a shot? If you say nothing, no cost, why not to try? We all need therapy. Let me scrap that. We all benefit from therapy. It is in your hands to give it a try or not. Therapy has helped me to understand big chunks of myself. Understand the past to really understand what the present is. My reaction at certain meeting, my interaction with my friends. Why did I get that feeling talking with that person on the street? I have taken the money and the time to actively receive therapy, and I have zero regrets for this commitment, time, and money. We all benefit from therapy because we're having a conversation with somebody that has the tools and the techniques to get us where we want to be, to get us unstuck, really to talk freely about topics that come naturally to our mind. Have you ever received therapy? Leave it in the comments below. Shh. Remember to subscribe for more. This makes a huge difference to me.